Grab a lawn chair or blanket and head down to the Coon Rapids Dam this summer for a free concert in the park. A total of 9 concerts will be held at the Performance Pavilion. First up on June 9th is the variety sounds of the Castaways. On June 16th, it's Sawyer's Dream, which is 70s Americana. And on June 23rd, country performer Rocky Lynn takes the stage. On July 7th, more country tunes with Raquel and the Wildflowers. July 14th, Eric Christensen and his support group Play the Blues. On July 21st, it's the New Orleans brass and jazz sounds of the Dirty Shorts Band. And on July 28th, a little polka with the Shimoleski Fun Time Band. Moving to August, on the 4th, Ecuador Manta plays Latin Fusion, and the concert series concludes August 11th with the Revolution 5, a Beatles tribute band. All concerts start at 7 p.m. and concessions are available for purchase. The series is sponsored by the Coon Rapids Arts Commission. The home remodeling tour is back this year, but with a twist. Instead of walking through remodeled homes, we will take you on a virtual tour of several different properties in Coon Rapids. One of the homes we checked out is located on Crooked Lake. The Wilsons undertook a big project on their 1976 split-level home, adding a new lower-level bathroom and family room, a deck with a fireplace, and a new master suite and bath. They also freshened up the front of the home. And they did it with the help of the city's Home for Generations 2 program, which offers grants, rebates, and low-interest loans for big projects.
Kristen was super helpful throughout the entire process. The way that the communications are drafted, the criteria for it being a part of the program was really straightforward.
You can check out the premiere of the virtual home remodeling tour on Sunday, May 22nd at 1 p.m. right here on CTN. It will also be available for playback on YouTube and on our social media channels. The program includes video tours of major home renovation projects throughout the city, interviews with the homeowners, and advice from our housing experts about how your project could be next. The Anoka School Board is planning an extensive search for a new superintendent to replace David Law, who is leaving at the end of this school year for the superintendent position with Minnetonka Public Schools. On Monday night, the school board decided against rushing the process to have a new superintendent on board by September. Instead, the board will select an interim superintendent in June for the 2022-2023 school year. Then, from August to November, candidates will be recruited and public input will be gathered through community meetings, focus groups, and surveys. In December, interviews will take place, and the list of candidates narrowed to 2 or 3 for public interviews, followed by contract negotiations with the top candidate. The new superintendent would start in July of 2023.
I feel like it is of the utmost importance that we let our community know that we are giving them as much time as possible to have input on this. After the last couple of years, the last thing we want is for people in our community, whether we agree with them or not, to feel like they didn't have a say in this. Mm-hmm. And I think option 2 gives us the most opportunity to hear from every stakeholder in every area of our district.
3, 2, 1.
On Friday, members of the Anoka Chamber of Commerce, along with Mayor Jerry Cook, celebrated the grand opening of Advanced Auto Parts in Coon Rapids. The nationwide retail chain sells quality auto parts at competitive prices, and now they're proud to be located in the Riverdale area.
We're excited to be here. I mean, we pride ourselves in giving back and delivering quality parts, giving extreme customer service.
Inside the store, the aisles are clearly marked with over 40,000 items to choose from. They offer a number of free services, including free curbside pickup and loaner tools. The store is open for business 7 days a week.
Here's Here's a quick recap of the Tuesday, May 3rd City Council meeting. The city is seeking funds from the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency for an expansion project at the Coon Rapids Recycling Center. On Tuesday night, the City Council adopted a resolution supporting the grant application for funding. The grant from the MPCA will match local funding up to the original project budget of $633,000. Plans call for a new building for styrofoam recycling, cold storage for mattresses, electronics, and appliances, additional parking and traffic lanes, and covered storage to keep collected materials clean and dry. Also this week, the City Council approved a service agreement with the Alexander House to provide shelter, support services, and advocacy for Coon Rapids residents who need it. The city will pay the Alexander House $12,500 this year. The shelter often works with the police department and the city attorney's office on domestic violence cases.
The Reserve program is a big deal to us here in the city of Coon Rapids. These are our citizen volunteers.
A new group of police department volunteers is hitting the streets. The 7 graduates from the Police Reserves Academy were recognized during Tuesday night's City Council meeting. Reserve officers are non-sworn staff that provide vital community services to supplement the work of full-time officers, including traffic control and security details. They will now do field training with other reserve officers. Last year, police reserve officers donated more than 2,500 hours to the city. And that's a quick recap of the May 3rd City Council meeting. As always, you can find the full meetings on cable or the CTN YouTube channel.
1, 2, 3.
On Monday, local dignitaries, along with city staff members, officially broke ground on a new fire station in Coon Rapids.
It's a reaffirmation of our commitment to public safety and our fire department, and we're just thankful.
The replacement for Fire Station 3 is being built at the corner of 111th Avenue and Mississippi Boulevard, directly across from Anoka Ramsey Community College.
Obviously, you got to look at what are your options, and in this case, the city owned the land from the previous Cook Arena, and it's an ideal site for what we need, and it allows us quick access to Mississippi Boulevard or to Coon Rapids Boulevard, so it's really worked out well for us.
The new station will include a 32,000 square foot building with 6 drive-through apparatus bays, administrative offices, a control room and hose tower, and dedicated training space.
A lot of the training features are built into the building so that training can be conducted day or night, rain or snow, cold or hot. It really allows us to take training to a new level. That's a real exciting thing for us.
The fire station also includes new design standards to reduce station-related illnesses from various chemical, biological, and environmental exposures.
We really put a lot of effort into the firefighters' health and safety, so there's built-in features to make it healthier and safer for the firefighters in the categories such as cancer, cardiac, and mental health components.
Construction is expected to take about a year to complete. Once finished, the roof of the new fire station will be used to launch the 4th of July fireworks.
If everything goes well, we expect to be in the building, let's realistically say June of 2023.
So we're here to honor Chris for doing a wonderful job for the past 26 years.
It was a full house at the Coon Rapids Civic Center last Friday for the retirement ceremony of Senior Services Program Specialist Chris Niebler. She was recognized for her years of service by family, co-workers, and the seniors she served.
I have loved every minute of this job for 26 years. So who can say that? And it's all about the people.
The story of Chris Niebler and the Coon Rapids Senior Center includes hundreds of seniors who have come through the doors.
And there were many times when Chris would be that guide who would introduce them to the welcoming group at the center. Soon, that person belonged to a new community, who met new friends, went on a bus trip, tried a new hobby, became a volunteer, and a life was changed.
And we were welcomed by Chris back then when we stopped in to check the place out, and we've been volunteers all 6 years.
Everything that we did, she was such a good helper. She has helped this senior center and the Coon Rapids Super Senior Club to grow and grow.
We got along great with Chris, yeah. We've had a lot of good times with her.
Each year, Chris and her assistant, Cindy Olson, would host a senior volunteer appreciation luncheon along with entertainment.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Oh, I said it. She said it. What were some of the early forms of preparation H?
We did a lot of volunteer skits is what we would do a lot of, and that took a lot of creativity, and a lot of times it was just last minute things that we were doing, but it always turned out to be fun.
Let's give a honk honk to our volunteers today.
One great challenge for Chris came during the dark times of the COVID-19 lockdown.
I think I'm most proud of getting us through COVID with some creative, innovative ideas.
B14. Parking lot bingo became a hit for seniors who kept socially distant.
How are you?
And the drive-by food drive, sponsored by the Senior Center and the Police Department, brought in donations to support the local food shelf. For Niebler, it was more often the little things that made her job so special.
Last week we got a letter from a son who said we saved his mother's life. You know, when her husband died, she didn't have anything else to do.
Police tape.
In the next chapter of her life, Niebler plans to do a lot of fishing and spend more time with family, including her 2 grandchildren.
I appreciate your friendship. I appreciate all you coworkers. It's been quite a chapter. So, but thank you very much, and I'm just blessed, very blessed. Thank you.
A fixture for decades on Coon Rapids Boulevard is no more. On Tuesday, the old Pedersen Floral building was demolished to make way for the expansion of U-Haul, which is located next door. Pedersen Floral opened the flower shop back in 1955, and the garden center soon followed. The business celebrated its 50th anniversary back in 2005, but the building has sat vacant for more than a decade now. U-Haul plans to construct a 17,000 square foot hybrid warehouse and self-storage building adjacent to its current facility. The building will provide storage for its U-Box concept. Customers can have the containers dropped off at their homes and then delivered to the facility for storage. While in storage, you can make an appointment to access your container. Here's a quick recap of the Tuesday, April 19th City Council meeting. Plans for this year's street reconstruction program are moving forward. On Tuesday night, the City Council awarded contracts for the projects totaling nearly $10 million. Nearly 8 miles of streets will be redone this summer. There are more than 50 street segments, too many to list here, but you can find the full list by logging onto the city's website and clicking on agendas. The City Council approved a joint powers agreement with Anoka County for the construction of a trail extension in Bunker Hills. The 10-foot wide paved trail will connect the Bunker Hills Dog Park with the existing paved trail along Avocet Street. Construction is expected to take place this summer. The city will assume ongoing maintenance of the trail. Speaking of trails, the City Council awarded a contract for trail work at several local parks. Aspen Park will see trail reconstruction along with a new connection. Cardinal Woods Park will see trail reconstruction and the replacement of the basketball court. A section of trail at Wildwood Park will be relocated. Kennedy Park will see the tennis court replaced. Epiphany Ponds Park will have the basketball court replaced, and the basketball court at Mercy Park will also be replaced. And that's a quick recap of the April 19th City Council meeting. As always, you can find the full meetings on cable or the CTN YouTube channel.
What did this kid do? He went, "Coach!" right?
Coon Rapids DARE officer Brian Plotz led his students through the DARE decision-making model when faced with the question of being the help.
Is Bob breathing right now?
Today he's teaching a lesson on compression-only CPR.
What happens when we're pushing the chest down? What are we doing?
It's a life-saving skill which these 5th graders at Sand Creek Elementary School can use anytime, anywhere.
You think of something like doing CPR as this really scary thing, but you know, we make it fun and the kids love it.
Students got into the music with hands-on experience. Coon Rapids Police Captain John Stanky calls Officer Brian Plotz a superstar when it comes to working with students.
DARE is our #1 community outreach program. It's so important. It's so important for our DARE officers to get into the schools, to establish these relationships with the 5th graders.
Baby shark, do. Push as hard as you can, guys. Push as hard as you can. The goal here is at this age is to take the fear out of it, to take the stigma out of it, and to empower them to do something.
Call for help now.
So what should we do?
In addition to CPR training, Plotz showed the class how to use an AED.
Look at pictures on pads.
I think it's an excellent lesson for those kids.
Sand Creek principal Paul Anderson says his 5th graders have a greater appreciation for the police because of the DARE program.
Brian Platz is a great DARE officer. He brings fun and engaging lessons to our 5th grade. 5th graders look forward to seeing him every single week because of just how exciting he makes those lessons.
Look, guys, if their heart's not beating and they're not breathing, what does that make them?
And if you know Officer Plotz, he never misses a chance to teach CPR to anyone for a heart-safe community.
If you haven't had a class, take one. It is so important. And if you want a good class, take mine. Plus, if you're a resident of Coon Rapids, my classes are free.
It's like a 37-year-old female is suffering from some alcohol addiction. Do you want to respond to that?
Yeah, let's head over there.
Okay.
Officer Dan Freiberg has a new partner while patrolling the streets of Coon Rapids.
Officers are learning it's another tool in the box.
Amanda Tearway, an embedded mental health professional, responds to calls involving mental health, substance use, and homelessness. She also follows up on calls that happen on other shifts.
In some cases, Amanda's been able to help with finding them housing and follows up with them in regards to maybe any other issues that they don't want to share with the police department. Maybe they do have a drug addiction that they don't want to tell us because they're afraid of being in trouble, so they talk with Amanda about that.
Hi, this is Amanda. What we found was the best way to engage with people is at the time of crisis, at the time of the call.
The position, which is split between the Coon Rapids and Blaine police departments, is the first of its kind in Anoka County and is funded by a 2-year grant. Tearway is employed by the nonprofit People Incorporated, a longtime community-based provider of mental health services.
Part of what I enjoy about this position is this really gives an opportunity for timely access to services. So what sometimes we find is people don't access resources either because they're not aware of them or they don't know how to engage with them.
Probably the biggest thing she brings to this is a passion.
Captain Bill Steiner says the Coon Rapids Police Department has had a number of really great success stories. He says Tearway's ability to navigate the system and utilize resources is a real asset as 911 calls related to mental health continue to grow. In 2020, the department logged 540 calls related to mental health reports. That number jumped to 625 calls last year.
He'll have access to people who can get him into that system. And, I gave him my phone number and encouraged him to give me a call.
Steiner says officers on the streets have had an overwhelmingly positive response to the new partnership.
Probably the biggest, most consistent ask of the officers involved is, can we have this full time?
Officers, including Dan Freiberg, hope this is just the beginning of a long partnership. Currently, the position is only funded through March of 2023.
Yes, I absolutely support it. And the biggest thing is officers are learning that this is very helpful, and the program does need to continue.
Everyone really benefits when mental health is effectively understood, recognized, and treated.
From bath bombs and bar soap to body butter and laundry soap, a new shop in town has it all.
Buff City Soap!
On Wednesday afternoon, representatives from the Metro North Chamber of Commerce helped Buff City Soap celebrate its new location at the corner of Main Street and Northdale Boulevard in Coon Rapids.
It's actually been phenomenal.
The Coon Rapids store is one of the first 4 locations for Buff City Soap in Minnesota. The business was founded back in 2013 by a Tennessee couple who made plant-based products out of their garage. Today, it has blossomed into a multi-state franchise with hundreds of stores. The products are made right on site.
So you can come in and watch us make body butter, bar soap, any of our products on a daily basis.
So it's a fun environment, and it just makes you feel good.
Jennifer Blile is the Coon Rapids store manager and leads a team of 5 employees. She was new to the Twin Cities when the opportunity to become part of the expansion into Minnesota bubbled up.
The beginning of the process was learning how to make all the products. So we were in a different, we were all dressed up in protective garb and aprons and gloves and all that to take good care of the products that we make. And so that was a learning process. And then the next part of the process was setting up the store.
Laundry soap is their most popular product. In addition to all of the items, they also offer bar soap and bath bomb making parties.
We also cater to kids' birthday parties, so the little ones can come in and make bath bombs and take home. So their favorite is Fruity Loopy. So if your child has Fruity Loopy, they'll come out of the bathtub smelling like a Fruit Loop. So.
No matter your preferred smell, there's plenty of options to soak up at Buff City Soap.
Everybody's invited to come. We love, having new customers. We love having our repeat customers, which we've already got quite a few of, which is really nice.
Any vehicles left outside on your property must be in operable condition and parked on an improved surface with current registration displayed. And repairing or dismantling vehicles outside is a violation of city code. For more information on this and other city codes, log on to coonrapidsmn.gov.
Welcome to the Coon Rapids Civic Center. We are conveniently located off of Highway 10 and Hanson Boulevard with plenty of on-site parking for you and your guests. You and your guests will enter the Civic Center through the main doors located at the south end of the City Center building. Come on in. Our banquet and meeting rooms are conveniently located just a few short steps down the hallway, along with our restrooms. The banquet room consists of 3 separate rooms that open up to one another. When both walls are open, the room can seat up to 230 guests comfortably. Civic rooms A and B each seat 80 guests, and when the wall is open, 160 guests can be comfortably seated. Both Civic Rooms A and B have direct access to the rear courtyard with tables and seating for your guests, lawn space for games and gatherings, and the gazebo where we host many weddings throughout the year. Yes, we've even hosted a December wedding. Civic Room C is used as a meeting room during the week and as a party room over the weekend. As a meeting room, Civic Room C seats 45 attendees at classroom-style tables. As a party room, Civic Room C seats 60 guests at round tables. Plus, there is room for tables for food, beverages, gifts, and displays. Beyond the patio area outside of Civic Rooms A and B is a gazebo with a beautiful lawn area with room enough to seat 230 of your closest friends. You are welcome to decorate with floral sprays, tulle, and twinkle lights. White wedding chairs are available for rent. Our commercial kitchen is available to everyone with an event that day. You are welcome to use the large refrigerator, the microwave oven, and the ice maker. To keep your food warm, we encourage you to bring roasting pans or crock pots, or even chafing dishes. In addition to the banquet room, the Civic Center also features 3 meeting rooms. The Arts and Crafts room is perfect for scout meetings or birthday parties with its large tables, counter space, and sink with running water. The conference room features a large table with seating for 14, plus additional seating along the wall. We hope you visit the Coon Rapids Civic Center soon and consider us for your next gathering.
Did you know properties are required to have garbage and recycling service with a licensed hauler? On Collection Day, place your carts 2 feet behind the curb. Collection containers should not be placed in the street. And don't forget, containers are not allowed at the curb on non-collection days. For more information on this and other city codes, log on to coonrapidsmn.gov.